Hey everyone, welcome back to She Burst Podcast. I'm your host, Brooke Michelle, and today's guest is Glenda. Hi,
Hey, Brooke.
Glenda.
Hi.
Thank you so much for being a guest today.
Yeah, thank you for asking me. This is going to be fun.
So, for starting out, can you tell our guests, our listeners, a little bit about yourself?
Sure. I have been a longtime singer songwriter professionally, toured around the world basically through my life, and then I kind of took a little break. And inside the break, I did a lot of self discovery and self reflection. And so with that, took a deep dive into that for a good 5 to 10 years, and came up with Global Badass Goddess, and just kind of went down a path with writing books and yeah, just
Oh,
workshops. It's been
wow.
crazy. Yeah, it's been crazy. So that's me kind of in a nutshell. I'm there's so
Nice,
much
nice.
there's so much there, but yeah.
Oh, wow. So, can you tell us a bit about your journey to becoming a Grammy nominated artist? Like, what inspired you to begin creating music?
Yeah, no, then those are 2 different questions actually, but, um, you know, I started out in music when professionally when I was 16, and,
Oh,
I just knew that that's what I was here to do, and I didn't even think about it, like, I didn't even have a second thought, and just one thing led to another, and next time I'm in a band, then I'm doing this, and I'm traveling here, I'm going to Japan, I'm going to Korea, and I was like, that
wow.
was just my life. And at some point, I think it was in 92, I got off the road, and I'm glad because my mom was gonna be ill actually within a few years. I didn't know that, and maybe it was an intuitive thing, but I got off the road and I thought, if I really wanna continue down this path and sustain myself in a career, like really,
Mhm.
and I need to take it to the next level. What if I'm gonna take it to the next level? That means you have to write your own music. And,
Right.
I started writing music then in, 92. Then my mom passed away in 94, so I'm glad I was
Oh,
home and really,
mhm.
took time to not only be with her, but just, like, really start develop myself as a songwriter. And
Mhm.
then I went on from there, and, my mom passed away, and then I moved to LA, and I did all kinds of crazy things, moved to Vermont, moved to the East Coast, just looking on. Yeah, so anyway, so I stepped back, and, I I guess 3 years ago, I just really thought, "Gosh, what." I'm thinking, "I've been in the music industry for a really long time. Why can't I have a Grammy?" And so
Right.
right? And I just went, "Okay, well, let me look and see what that entails."
Mhm.
And so I literally got online, and I started looking around, and I found out the whole process in order to
Oh,
become a Recording Academy voting member. That
oh,
is who they are. And Grammys are the award ceremony and show that happens at the end of the year for
mhm.
all artists inside the Recording Academy. And so that's what I learned.
Oh, wow. Oh. So when you was traveling around the world, how old was you again? You was 16 and 17 and 18, like around that ages?
Oh, yeah, yeah. Probably
Wow.
really first couple of years, 16, 17, 18 was kinda local. I was living up in Oregon. I was born and raised in Oakland, East
Oh.
Oakland, until I was about, oh, I think 7, and my parents moved up to Oregon, and then I
Oh.
kinda did the rest of my growing there, and that's how I trust me, Oregon was a very healthy music scene, music opportunities.
Wow.
And so, yeah, so then I just one thing led to another, and I was in the right band, and we had a great agent, and he said, do you wanna tour Canada? Do you wanna tour, all these different things that kept coming up for me, and I was like, "Yeah, of course, of course." "Yeah, I'll go to Japan. Yeah, I'll go to Korea. Yeah, I'll go to, Canada."
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice, nice. So, how did you transition from music to becoming an author, and what inspired your first book?
Yeah, that's a really great question. It wasn't anything conscious. It wasn't like, I'm going to be an author. It wasn't like that at all. It kind of started 2018. I was standing in my kitchen in Santa Cruz, California, and a girlfriend of mine, we were kind of gathering. I don't know what we were doing. There was two or three of us, and she comes up to me. She goes, "You're such a badass goddess." And I was like, "Oh." I was like, "What?" And what I noticed in that moment was that I was immediately, and I know a lot of us women do this, where we go, "Oh, no, that's not me. Oh, no, that's okay." "Oh, no. Oh, no,"
Yes.
and I start right? And I stopped myself and I said, "Don't do that." I said, "That's her experience of you, and you
Mhm.
should honor her experience." And so I did. I gracefully said, "Well, thank you." And then, "Thank you." And I decided to redefine what badass meant for me. Not that I was
Yeah.
gonna be mean or aggressive or rude or go be a bitch or beat up somebody. It wasn't like that, because we all have that, that's that, aggressive,
Mhm.
And I was like, no, no, no. It mean to me, I created an acronym out of it, and it was badass, right? So B is for beautiful, A is for accessible, D is for daring, A is for authentic, things like that. So I started creating this way about myself, and for an acronym, and then that kind of led me to a podcast. Global Badass Goddess podcast. So I started down that road, and then we did a variety of other things. And then I finally got to a place where I was supporting a friend who was consistently having issues with life and things like that. And I kind of sat back and I thought, what value do I have? And what is it that I could share with people that would actually really make a difference for somebody? Like it would uplift somebody, some woman, whoever. And I was thinking about that for a while. And then a good friend of mine, I reflected on him, and he's been trying to write a book for 10 years. And I thought to myself, how could it be 10 years to write a book? Like, that's ridiculous. I'm like, what are you messing around? And so I just thought, okay, I mean, every situation is different. Every book is different. There's
Mhm.
research involved and so on and so forth, depending on the type of book. So
Mhm.
I thought, why not? Let's see what I got. And so I sat down and I thought, okay, I'm going to write a book, and it's going to be about clarity, courage, confidence, commitment, and community. And that was something that I had experience in my own life.
Mhm.
And so I decided to break that down into chapters. And I thought, I'm going to write a chapter a day. And I did it in 15 days. And then I stepped back, and it's 144 pages. It's not real long. And I stepped back and I had to rewrite, and then I had to rewrite, and then I had to rewrite. It was that kind of thing. And then I shared it with a coach of mine, and she said, "Hey, look, I got this. I got this amazing editor. You should talk to her, and she'll help you, sort things out." And so we did. So I worked with her, and then we got that sorted in 6 months. So
Nice. And what's the name of the book? Oh, you already told us.
it's called
Go
it's
ahead.
called Courage. Find your
Oh,
fire and ignite action in your life. Yeah.
oh, okay. Okay.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Mm.
And where can
Yeah.
my listeners find this book?
Just type in courage, and you can type in my name, Glenda Benevides,
Mhm.
Benevides, and you'll find it. It'll pop up. It's on Amazon. Yeah.
Okay.
Or you can go to my website, glendamusic.com. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to check that out. So, your work blends entertainment and empowerment. How do you ensure that both elements are seemingly integrated in your projects?
Yeah. That's just kind of who I am. I write from that place. I'm always looking at where can I shine a spotlight on something
Mhm.
that I think the community is wanting to talk about, are the community injustices. There's things that I see that not only frustrate me as a woman,
Mhm.
but my friends, that women of color,
Yes.
and my LGBT friends, so those are the things I kind of look at, and I look at what I'm listening to, what they're saying, and I'm listening to what I'm feeling or what I'm experiencing. And so
Mhm.
I want to share that, or I want to talk about it, and just so we can start a powerful dialogue
Mhm.
around something. Or when you're listening to the music, you kind of go, yeah, yeah, that's what I'm thinking about too.
Right.
How can I be uplifted from that? Yeah,
Yes. It's good to help those kind of communities because they need that kind of support, especially right now. So, yeah,
absolutely.
it's
And I've
good.
been
It's
in those
good.
communities since I was, a kid. So
Yes.
it's these are just my people. It's just not, oh, there's
Yes.
that community. It's like, no, these are my family. These are my friends. These are people that I've been with for years, since I was 16. So
Yes, and out of all the communities, I have to say that the gay community is like the friendliest community I have ever supported. I'm
yeah,
like, they are so welcoming. I'm like, I've never had open
yeah,
arms like that before. But so, what role does
yeah.
storytelling play in your music and performances? Can you share an example of a story that deeply resonated with your audience?
Yeah. Um, well, kinda on the same lines, there's a song I wrote called "Lulu White," and a good friend of mine has a house in New Orleans, and so I was looking around, and I wanted to look for powerful women in New Orleans, women that were inspiring and so on and so forth. And so I got online, as you do, and I saw a bunch of, mainstream ones, whatever, and I was like, "No, no, it's gotta be somebody that's really inspiring, really powerful, really that needs her story told?" And,
Mhm.
all of a sudden, Lulu White came up, and I go, "Lulu White? Who's that?" And come to find out, she was a wonderful woman in the late 1800s in New Orleans. She was a businesswoman. She owned her own brothel. She also owned her own, I think, uh, bar or store. I'm not really sure. I think, and um, I read her story, and it wasn't a lot, but it was really, really poignant, really powerful. And I thought, what does it take to be a woman of color in the late 1800s, own your own business, run your own life, have
Mhm.
dresses that were $5,000 a piece back then, and just be a
Wow.
badass. And I was like, wow. And people loved and respected her. And people came from all over to come to her brothel because she coined the term, which brilliant marketing genius. She called it octagons.
Oh.
And octagons are women that are of color and that had, I think, a variety of Black, Spanish, whatever. There was this mix, right? And it was supposed to be so exotic. And so people came from all over to partake in her brothel. She was a genius.
Nice.
I don't think all those women were octagons, but anyway, it was very funny. And I had to tell
Nice.
her story. I had to tell her story. It's called Lulu White, and I
Yeah.
wanted to honor her, not
Ni-
judge her from that perspective, from a negative perspective. Yeah.
Nice. So, with your permission, I would like to
Yes,
play the song for my listeners.
I would love it. Thank
One
you.
second. Okay.
That's New Orleans. She jingles and she rattles as the way she walks, swinging like a clock in the middle of an earthquake. Voice is sweeter than butter biscuits on Sunday. Lips so hot like a habanero buffet. Oh, sweet little ride. She says you're right. Sweet little ride. She's an appetite. She's a sister of the shadow and her magic talks. Daybreak's coming and she'll make your heart ache. Voodoo Queen sets a bed of delights. It's a story of fire. You better hang on tight. Sweet little white. She says you're right. Sweet little white. She's an appetite. Her freedom is a hustle and she takes the knocks. Mahogany hall for the women and it's payday. New Orleans was blinded by her lie, by her lie. Selling shades of chocolate was her kryptonite. Why? She says you're right. Sweet little why? She's an appetite. She's an appetite.
Yeah. Oh my God. Little Rock, you know you're gonna tease me. Little Rock, you know you're gonna please me. You're the queen of the night. You're my sweet little lady, you're my sweet little white.
Moral of the story, it's a ticking clock. Time to set things up straight, not your mandate. Innocent, the vice will turn a blind eye. But they hit the queen of 1917. It's Lula's goodbye. She's an appetite. She's an appetite.
You know you're gonna tease me. Little Rock, you know you're gonna please me. You're the queen of the night. You're my sweet little lady, you're my sweet.
You right. Set you right. Oh, sweet Lulu. Oh, sweet Lulu.
Sweet little white.
Yeah, she's gonna set you right. Sweet Lulu right.
Wow. I absolutely love that song. I absolutely love that song. It's so good.
Thanks.
It's so good.
It tells her story, you know, when she hit the queen of 1917 and it's Lulu's goodbye. Because what they did was in 1917, that's when we went into World War I. And the government came in and then shut her down. And so because they were, you know, they were saying, oh, we can't have this, you know, our guys going to war and, you know, being distracted. So that was my last line. So yeah, but she lived a pretty free life for that time, you know, and it kind of harkens back to like those are things I like to talk about, right? Powerful people, women, whatever, in life and their stories, and you know, and also for us to inspire us is like, hey, ladies, you know, we only got the right to vote since 1920, so you know, you don't take it for granted, you know, our freedoms. So anyway, it's those things I think are important to talk about.
Yes, that was amazing. So, as a singer-songwriter, do you feel responsible? Do you feel a responsibility to use your music to inspire and empower people? If so, how do you approach this?
Yeah, just like what we were talking about, you know, I think as an artist, you know, any kind of artist, I feel like, yeah, we do it for ourselves. We do it for our family and friends, of course, but we also, you know, I think for me, in my frame, what I consider artists, you
Mhm.
know, we love to talk about things that are different. We want to talk, we want to spotlight things that's going on. We have the opportunity to make a difference. We have that opportunity to speak out, to say things, whatever, to be a little edgy or whatever. And for me, I think that's all there is to do, really. I mean, yeah, there's love songs, and those things are amazing. And I think that we need love songs. We need love, but we also need to look at things that maybe aren't working, and see how we can change them.
Yes, I
Yeah.
agree. I agree. So, how do you handle creative blocks? Like, what motivates you to keep going when you encounter challenges in your artistic journey?
Yeah. Um, well, they come. It's ebbs and flows, just like life, right? So,
Mm.
the different times, different, hours of the day, it just depends. Um, I think the worst thing is to do is to push yourself and to make yourself, got to do this, got to, I got to write that song, or I got to do that. Let it come, and put yourself in environments that allow you to relax, that allow you to wander, to wonder,
Mhm.
go for a walk, be out in an environment, hang out with your friends, read things that are inspiring, read or listen to things that are inspiring. So much out there, and I think that's um, huge for those of us that really are in a in a field that is morphing. I mean, it's always changing. So yeah,
Mm. Yes,
you
I
just got to
agree.
keep going. You can't when things slow down, let it slow down. Like right now, like I'm heading towards Grammy Awards. I've been nominated for an album with called The Fury, and it's with Antonio Vergara. And you know he called me and asked me and said, "Hey, I want you to sing on this album." And I said, "Well, I'll do a collab with you." And he's like, "Sure." So he sent me some lyrics, which surprised me because I was like, "Okay, I usually write the lyrics." And I thought, "Okay, well, I'm writing the melody now." So I'm going to sing the melody and I'm going to sing it. Um, so I did that. And, and now that we're nominated, which is wow.
Nice. So,
Once
what's
you
the
have a
name of the song?
nomination,
Oh,
the
go ahead.
whole, mhm. The
Sorry.
name of the song is called it's okay. It's called The Rebels Right is the name of the song. The
Okay.
Rebels Right. It's on the album The Fury. So the Fury album is what's nominated. And so everyone that's on the album gets nominated. And it's very exciting. And so, you know, once you're doing that, you have to kind of lay back on other things. Like, yeah, about 2 weeks ago, I was slamming in the studio. Like, there's these projects I had to get done. So I'm singing, 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 singing. I take lessons every week. I'm always, working on my craft. But now I'm just like, no, 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 I need to rest. I need to like focus in a completely different area. Like, okay, what's my outfit going to look like? Wow, I need 4 outfits. I'm going to be on the red carpet. What is that? How do I, and so so nervous, like my whole body started to itch. It was crazy. I was so stressed out. But you've got to take breaks. It's like if somebody would said, write me a song right now, I would have said, you go to hell. I am not writing a song. I cannot think. Forget it. That's just me, though. I mean,
So,
maybe somebody else could. Yeah.
so currently I can't find the song on YouTube. I don't know if I have to look it up under something else. Is it under something else, or will it
Yeah,
not
I
be
can
on
say,
YouTube?
it should be on YouTube. Let me just I'll get the link for you. I
Okay.
think I have it available. Let me just see here. Oh, it's on.
Okay.
Let's see if it is on YouTube. I'm sure it is. Let me just check. Because I think I sent some people there. The Fury.
Okay. Can you send it to the private chat and then I'll just highlight it and then post it?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
It's you are a really great musician. I was like, wow, I'm really impressed.
Thank you. Yeah. Appreciate it. Let's see. Here's his album, 13 songs. There we go. Hold on. Yeah.
So did TikTok being down affect you at all? Like with your creative process or anything?
No, no. Thank God. I mean, the cool thing is that was it really down? Like, because
Yeah,
I had
yeah, I know
TikTok,
it was
but
really down for like 5 hours.
when was this?
When was it? I think the 19th. I think either the 19th or the 20th. No, it was the 19th. And it was only
Okay.
down for like 5 or 6 hours.
Okay. I
And
wonder,
I'm
did
just
they say
like,
why? They just because they freaked out?
well, Trump wanted, he said that
Yeah.
for national security or something like that.
Oh, he's so weird. Okay. Yeah, he's just weird. Okay. Yeah, I always wanted a felon to run my country. Oh God. Anyway, yeah. So I am on TikTok, but I don't work it. I mean, I haven't, and I think after I get back from in February from Grammys and stuff like that, I'll get a better strategy with my TikTok and stuff and music and everything. So yeah.
Nice. Okay, so here's the music video we're gonna play.
Yeah.
1 second.
It's neat because it's a variety of people on it. You'll hear me. I'm in at a minute, I think, a minute or something. I don't know, but you'll hear it.
Let my spirits fly, let it show where the wind is blowing, let it go. Let my spirits fly, let it show where the wind is blowing, let it go. Let it go. In a land of shadows, where change divine.
Obviously, that's not me.
Yeah.
With a defiant mind, every note a cry for release. In his blues he finds his peace.
With a voice like thunder, he breaks
That's me.
the mold. A tale of courage. In the blues he's told. In every struggle and every fight, his blues proclaims the rebel's right. The blues man paints pictures, rich like a velvety night, with notes that shine like stars in flight. And in those depths he soars to new heights, weaving stories once untold, each chord a brushstroke, raw and bold. Every verse resilient, tried and true. And with fingers on strings and eyes to the sky, the blues man's faith refuses to die. Each pluck a prayer, every chord a plea, that as he plays, sets his own soul free. His strings ring out like unruly shouts, for by his fingers his heart pours out. And through his sacred blues of grit and grace, the blues man finds his freedom, his holy place.
Each chord a battle, each line a stand. In the blues he fights with a steady, steady hand. On the moon where the wild winds blow, he strums his guitar. Let it show!
Wow. That one is amazing too. And that one's up for a Grammy?
That's up for the Grammy.
Oh wow. That one's gonna win. That's good.
I hope so.
That's
We're
really
up
good.
against pretty awesome people.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
Yeah. Joe
Oh man.
Bonamassa and Ruthie Foster, like some greats.
Man, how does the guy that was singing in there as well? How does he feel about being up for a Grammy? Like, how do you both feel about being up for a Grammy? Are you excited? Like, is this is the first time?
What? I'm sorry, you went out.
Oh, is this the first time you've been up for a Grammy? Are you excited?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Wow.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
what advice do you have for young or emerging artists who inspire to blend empowerment and entertainment into their work?
Be true to yourself. And bring on mentors, bring on people that are depending on your goals, depending on what you want. I mean, I would say really sit back, journal, think about it, think about what it is that you really want. The music business, you're not going to get rich. That's just what it is. But it's if you're an artist and it's a passion and you're not willing to sell your soul, that's, that those are, as we're seeing now, some really tragic things. I would say just step back, really, really think about from your heart, your body, your mind, your spirit, just really think about what it is that you want to do in the music industry. There's a lot of things that you can do. And I would look from that place. And then of course, where's your talent lie? And be serious about it, like really become a master, master your craft. If you're going to be a singer or a rap artist, get yourself a mentor, get yourself a vocal coach. Those things are really, really key and really important. Don't just think I'm going to be famous. That opens a door that could be really scary. And because there's a lot of sharks out there that are willing to abuse you and take advantage of you. So don't do it. Look within, get some coaching, and do step by step. There are no shortcuts. No shortcuts for the hard of hearing.
I agree. I agree 1,000%.
thing that you love, that you want to see in your life, in your career, you need to really do the work, put the work in. You're not guaranteed to, I mean, I know fabulous artists, that is singers, songwriters, but they're not going to be famous, so to
Yeah.
speak. They're not. That's when you're entering into that's a brand. You're now becoming a brand for a company. All you need to look at is Beyonce. You just need to, that is a brand. She was groomed since she was a young woman by her parents or her father, or whatever her story is. And, there were plans that she was going to do X and Y, and doesn't mean that her talent is not there. She does have talent, but you don't think she just showed up and didn't do anything, she probably got lessons, she was either in the church or something was happening. I don't know her story, but yeah, just don't think that it's I'm just going to be famous. It's like, no, it's very expensive. It's a very expensive company to start.
Oh yeah. Like I was trying to explain to people online,
and keep your innocence.
Oh yeah. And like I was trying to explain to people online, you have to buy your star. Like those stars cost like $50,000. Like you have to buy your star on the boardwalk.
That's right. And you also have to not only buy it, but you have to I think there's other criteria too. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yes.
Yep. So my last and final question before I send you on your way, what's next for your career, and are there any exciting upcoming projects that you're eager to share with your audience?
Yeah. I think one of the things that's next is we're a girlfriend and I out of the UK, Dr. Madeline Chan, excuse me. I want to call her Chan. Her and I have put together a retreat. And we don't quite have the name nailed down, but it's basically around listening. And it's just going to be a 3-day in the White Cliffs of Dover, the Dover Inn, Dover Hotel, I think. And it's going to be fantastic. Her and I are going to do that sometime in September. All the details are not quite together, but it's going to be fun and fabulous. And you're going to get loved up and taken care of, and also dive a little deep into your own self-expression and how you can move forward. So, we're definitely inviting people to join us in that venture. So please, if that's something that you're interested in September, reach out to me, glendamusic.com. Go right in there, send me an email in the contact and say, hey, I'm interested. Once you get the details together, let me know and I'll let you know.
Ooh, okay, definitely. I'm interested. I am. But yeah, if my listeners are interested, definitely sign up for this because I want to do it.
Right, Brooke? That would be totally fun, right? Yeah. Yeah.
But I want to thank you so much for being a guest on my podcast and sharing your music with us.
Thank you, Brooke. Thank you for thank you to you also. That's what I meant to say, for having the audacity and the bravery and the badassness to continue down your path of sharing people's stories and your story. And, good luck on you too for your future successes.
Thank you. You have a great day. Bye.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Hey everyone, I want to thank you all so much for supporting She Birds podcast and for listening to my interview with Glenda. If you would like to listen to some of her music, she said her website is Glenda Benevides. I think I'm saying it wrong, but it's Glenda BENEVIDES music.com. So you can go check out her music, go check out her books, and yeah. Have a great day. Thank you all so much for listening. See you next time. Bye.